When it comes to enterprise AI, a lot of us are asking a question. The problem? It's almost always the wrong one. So let's dive in and completely reframe how we should be thinking about AI strategy.
And here it is. This is the question that kicks off so many meetings, proof of concepts, you name it. Which AI model should we use? I mean, it seems like the right place to start, right? But trust me, it's a trap.
Yeah, because focusing on just one model, that's purely tactical. It's all about the tool, not the system itself. And it puts you on a fast track to dependency, not a real strategy.
Okay, so what's the right question? It's this. How do we govern our architecture so that model choice actually remains a choice? See the difference? This is a much more powerful way to think. We're not picking a winner. We're building a system where we can choose any winner anytime based on our own rules.
And this is where the SYRAG philosophy just nails it. SYRAG stands for System for Resilient AI Governance. And in a system built this way, the ability to switch between, say, a local LLM and an online one isn't some feature you tack on at the end. No way. It is baked right into the foundation. It's an architectural principle from day one.
All right, so let's dig into this first big idea, architecture as strategy. This is where we see how your AI strategy gets encoded directly into the design. So at the very heart of this is what's called the local first principle. The system is designed by default to use local models, with tools like Llama. This lets you run these powerful AI models right on your own hardware. What does that mean? It means privacy and data sovereignty are prioritized right out of the gate. Cloud providers, they're not the starting point. They're a controlled, deliberate fallback.
And what's really cool is how deep this resilience goes. I mean, look at this fallback chain. It's not just local or cloud. First, the system tries the most powerful local option it has, the GPU backend. If that's not available, no problem. It automatically tries the CPU. If that fails, it can even switch to a limited RAG-only mode, so it can still pull relevant information from your documents, even if it can't generate brand new text. It's only after all of those local options are exhausted that it even considers going out to an online provider. That's a real safety net, right?
And honestly, this right here is the difference between a cool little demo pipeline and a true enterprise AI operating system. Anyone can build a demo that switches between two models, but an enterprise-grade system, it's designed for failure. It's got a plan B, a plan C, and a plan D built right into its DNA. That's what makes it reliable.
Okay, let's move on. Let's see how this all builds up into a system that is governed by design. This is about making governance the center of gravity, not the model.
This comparison just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the model-centric world. Every time a hot new model comes out, you might have to rewrite your core business logic. There's this constant risk of data accidentally getting sent to the cloud, and a lot of your decisions end up being ad hoc. But on the governance-centric side, your business logic stays stable. You have total control over your data boundaries. And policy? It's not just a document sitting on a shelf. It's literally encoded into the architecture.
And this control isn't some kind of magic. It's super explicit. You can see right here how the configuration file itself becomes a shared control surface. Your tech teams, your compliance officers, they can all look at this one single place and know exactly how the system is set to behave. There are no hidden defaults, no ambiguity. It's all right there in plain text.
Okay, so that's the theory. But what does this resilience actually look like in practice? Let's walk through a super common scenario. What happens when your internet connection gets flaky?
All right, here we are. System is healthy. Everything's synchronized and connected. The system can talk to both local resources and the cloud, just like the policy says it can. And now, boom, the external connection drops. In a lot of other systems, that's it. Game over, hard failure. But here, the system instantly recognizes the problem and kicks off its fallback procedure.
And what's the result? This, graceful degradation. It doesn't crash and burn. Instead, the system just seamlessly shifts to its local-only mode. Your core functions stay online, business continuity is totally intact. This is what it means to be resilient by design.
So you might be asking, why does all of this matter? What is the actual strategic payoff for building an AI system this way? Well, let's break down the impact for both business leaders and their tech teams.
Okay, for the C-suite, for leadership, the benefits are huge and strategic. We're talking about real vendor independence. You're not locked into one company's roadmap or their next price hike. That gives you incredible negotiation power. You can actually build and deploy solutions that meet those really strict data sovereignty rules. And you are dramatically lowering the risk of having to do a painful, expensive replatforming in a few years. It's all about control, and it's all about future-proofing.
And for the architects and engineers who are actually building this stuff, the advantages are just as powerful. They get predictable, testable, fallback behavior. Moving a workload from local to the cloud isn't some massive multi-sprint project anymore. It's literally a configuration change. And maybe best of all, they can experiment with new models way faster without that constant fear that they're going to break the entire system. You get speed and stability at the same time.
Look, if you only remember one thing from this whole explainer, please let it be this. Models will change. They always do. New, better ones are coming out every few months. But your core architecture, that system of governance and control, that can and really should stay stable.
So the big idea here isn't that you don't care which model you use. It's not model indifference. It's about having governed optionality. It's the power to choose the right model for the right task under the right set of rules at any given moment.
And that brings us to one last question. And this is one for you to think about. Take a hard look at your own AI roadmap. If everything hinges on just one provider, do you really have a strategy, or have you just built a very, very sophisticated dependency?